Welcome back to another edition of Our City. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. On Wednesday, May 16th, I'm going to attend events in honor of Police Week, not only in our city, but throughout the nation. This will begin with a Blue Mass at St. Genevieve's Church at 10 o'clock in the morning, followed by the laying of wreaths in front of the Elizabeth Police Headquarters, and the church is located at 200 Monmouth Road. Later that afternoon, around 2:30, I'm going to attend a corner store press conference at La Placita, which is a store that will present healthy options for neighborhood residents. This will take place at 541 Monroe Avenue. And on Thursday, May 17th at 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to attend the Fire Department Valor Awards ceremony in Council Chambers in City Hall, located at 50 Winfield Scott Plaza. Later that afternoon, around 2 o'clock, the grand opening and ribbon cutting of El Canton restaurant, located at 336 South Street. And that evening at 5 o'clock, I'm going to join the Greater Elizabeth Chamber of Commerce at their Business After Hours social networking event. This will be held at the Doubletree by Hilton, located at Frontage Road in the city of Elizabeth. Please call the Chamber at 908-355-7600. And immediately following that event, around 6 o'clock in the evening, I'm going to join members of the Elizabeth Cubanos Lions Club and other Elizabeth residents as the Cuban flag is raised outside of City Hall, located at 50 Winfield Scott Plaza. And on Sunday, May 20th at 9 o'clock, I'm going to participate in the 15th annual Tour de Elizabeth. It's a family-friendly 15-mile ride tour of the city of Elizabeth's historic neighborhoods. This year's ride is entitled Destination Elizabeth. Will begin and end at City Hall. For more information, please call Groundwork Elizabeth at 908-289-0262. And that Sunday is an extremely busy day, as right after the bicycle tour, members of the Cuban community and other Elizabeth residents will celebrate with a Cuban Day parade. This parade route will begin at Union Square, located at High Street and New Point Road, and will end in the front of City Hall at 50 Winfield Scott Plaza. And on Tuesday, May 22nd, along with members of City Council and City Directors, will participate in Youth in City Government Day. During this event, students from Elizabeth's public schools are paired with an official in the city of Elizabeth for a day of learning about municipal government and the city at large. The students are designated to act in an official capacity of the representatives that they are paired for the day. For more information, please call 908-820-4130. And also a Youth of the Year award will be presented at that luncheon. If you need more information concerning these events or any other events, please call our Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. Please stay with us after these messages, where I'm going to talk with Stan Neron, member of the Elizabeth Board of Education, about the Prom Showcase and other Board of Education issues.
Why do we like it here? Let's just say the reasons are diverse. Kean University.
Welcome back to Our City, where I said I'm going to be joined by Stan Neron, a member of the Elizabeth Board of Education and the president of the Board of Education in last year's session. Stan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Good to be back.
So since you were here, you're now like a dad.
Yes, I am. My
Tell
son
us.
is now 3 months old, Noah Stanley Neron. He was born on January 15th, 2018. So we said we had a prince born on King Day. So
I was just say, isn't that Martin Luther King's birthday?
It sure is. Yeah, it sure is. So
that's pretty cool.
You know, he's pretty special.
So we have a prince born on King's Day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice, right?
You're going to probably jam that home to him as he grows up, right?
We're going to drive that point home.
So tell us about yourself, Stan. You haven't been on the show, you said, in about a year.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
And you're going to be on in a couple of weeks again.
Yeah, I'll be on a couple of weeks again, discussing the history forum that we have coming up. And, you know, a lot of great things happening on the Board of Ed. And, you know, we're just excited to embark on another year. We have some great leadership in place. We have a brand new president, President Maria Carvalho, who's been doing some wonderful things. And she had a pretty big initiative this year with the Project Prom, where she was able to galvanize businesses and donations throughout the community to provide a lot of our students with brand new prom dresses and suits and outfits and makeovers. So, we're excited about that. And we've also been working with Tanika Bowles from the New York Jets, who is the First Lady of the New York Jets, the wife of Mr. Todd Bowles. And she's also giving back to our students and doing her big prom day showcase where she, a prom day giveaway, where she gives dresses and suits and outfits to students ready to go to the prom. So it's an exciting time.
It is. And Stan, I know Maria Carvalho in the office here, they had a whole bunch of prom dresses.
Yes.
So the prom fashion showcases, where's it going to be held actually?
So, if you remember the history of
I do. It started in front of City Hall,
We started in front of City Hall. At the time, I was director of the Office of Youth and always had a vision with Tyresha Adair through the Build a Future Leaders program to really create a showcase where we can celebrate our students right here at home. Usually, traditionally in our city, different blocks celebrate the kids going to the prom. So they'll have like a mini block party and everybody comes out to see what their kids look like. But the trends start to change nationally and throughout different communities where cities would do a big showcase. So we wanted to bring a big red carpet showcase and really make it Hollywood for our kids, as if they were going to any of the award shows, the Grammys, Emmys, MTV Awards, and we did it for the prom. And it became a huge success at City Hall. And you opened the doors for that, and we did a big red carpet on the steps of City Hall. And at that time, we saw horse and carriages come out, Ferraris, Mercedes, Benzes, all types of beautiful cars, and the students came out in their awesome outfits. So since then, the high school has grown, the population has grown, and we have now transitioned, and we came over to the Board of Ed, and we have been able to do the showcase now in front of Dwyer Academy, which is one of our high schools in Elizabeth. As you know, we have about 7,000 high school students, and we have a pretty large graduating class of about 1,300. And out of that 1,300, about 900 kids attend the prom, and we've created a lot of space in front of the high school so we can do the big showcase there. And there, a wonderful red carpet showcase takes place. The kids meet and greet. Their families come and celebrate them. Their peers come and celebrate them. The underclassmen come and wish them off. And this year we're planning to do something really big where we have a motorcade head to the prom. So, that should be pretty nice.
Yeah, and where's it going to be held at?
The Westmount Country Club in
the prom is?
The prom.
So what about the showcase?
The showcase is happening on Pearl Street right in front of the main complex of the high school. Yeah.
And we'll block that street off, right?
Yeah, right next to the Dunn Sports Center.
And no kid will go without a dress or a suit, right?
No. We're making sure that all the students who want to go are getting the necessary funding and also are getting the outfits that they'd like to have.
So this is four years we're doing this now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty great.
So it's
and a lot of kids participate too, right?
A lot of students come out. Majority of the class comes out. We coordinate with the prom committee to get them out and get them to participate. So there's a lot of events leading up to the prom to really prepare students for the prom. We have a great project coming up called the Save a Life Tour, which is sponsored by, I have the luxury of being on the board and also working at the city as the Assistant Director of Health and Human Services. And we have a program that we're bringing, that we've been bringing now for the past 4 years as well, called the Save a Life Tour. And the Save a Life Tour is a simulation where kids get behind this simulated car, and it shows you the effects of what happens when you are drinking and driving and how your vision becomes impaired and what can happen to you. And there's a lecture that takes place and a workshop that talks about the impact that has on families, the students themselves. And if that wasn't enough, we also do a simulation of texting and driving and what that's like. So they get a chance, all our juniors and seniors, usually junior and senior, you're able to drive. We bring them to this huge simulation and this whole day where they're able to test drive a car as if they were under the influence or if they were texting, and they understand the dangers of what happens. So we kind of prepare them.
And so the turnout on the showcase, how do you think it's going to be this year compared to previous years?
I think we're going to probably have the largest turnout, just because the momentum has been building up. The first year that we brought it to the high school and it was no longer at City Hall, people wanted to know, what exactly happens at the showcase. But I think now, the candidates for prom king and queen, the prom buses, the limo buses are all going to come, and the kids love it, and it's been building and building and building, and it's just going to get better. So.
And when is the date of it again?
June 6th.
June 6th. So the last year is the biggest trend. What do you see in this? What do you see the trends happening?
I see a lot of, over the years, getting the buses with all of the party buses, and a lot of students going as friends, and not really pairing up and saying, hey, I have a date. But, a whole group of students saying, hey, let's get together and let's go have a good time. So that's one of the growing trends, and the outfits are always changing, so you never know what to expect.
So I was just going to say, what do you think it's going to be this year?
Who knows? The colorful tuxedos are in. The very vibrant tuxedos are a really popular thing. Bright colors are a big thing for our high school students. So we'll see. And colorful hair, that's also a big thing. So it's no longer.
I'm never going to have that problem.
That's beyond you at this point, right?
Me, yeah.
So we see a lot of blue, purple hair and yellow hair. So it's pretty fun.
So what the actual day? It starts. I would imagine it starts early for these kids getting prepared, and then. What do you think the day starts?
They get out early.
They get out early?
I think for some of them it starts the night before. For others it's the week before. They start getting ready and prepared and picking out their outfits, getting their outfits made, and just the whole process. It's an awesome experience. I remember going to the prom. It was nothing as elaborate as this, but we were excited. It's something that we look forward to. It's a lifelong memory of your life and a highlight of your senior year in high school.
So you're a graduate from Elizabeth.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and it's somewhat different now that you're on the Board of Education.
Oh, it's very
different.
Yeah,
right?
Very different.
So improvements?
A lot of improvements. We've made a lot of improvements. We're at an 80% graduation rate. We now have a lot of themed high schools. At one point, we were one high school. When I was in high school, we had about 4,000 students. Now we're up to 7,000 with our Elizabeth Public Schools.
In the high school?
In the high schools. And there's 7 high schools to be exact. So, all the high schools are themed. All of them are unique and exceptional on their very own. They're doing great things, and we're just constantly working hard to build the student morale and also work on the achievement rate and graduation rate of all our students.
Well, 2 of the high schools just this week were recognized by U.S. News and World Report in the top 20 in New Jersey.
Yes.
Talking about those teams, Alexander Hamilton
and Elizabeth High School, Frank J. Ciccarell Academy, all those schools are doing exceptionally well and have been ranked now for some good number of years. And our goal is to make sure that all 7 of our high schools make the top 20. And, hopefully one day we'll have 1 through 7, and then everybody else will follow.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
Back to the prom, do the kids have to register?
The kids register with their prom committee, so they go through the prom committee to basically give notification that they'll be coming. They get passes so that they understand the route to come around, and everything is. We have a great partnership with the Elizabeth Police Department. Our security detail does an awesome job in coordinating the route of the prom and the showcase, and it's extremely safe. It's secured and is well supported through the district and through parents in the community.
So what is Project Prom?
Project Prom is the dresses.
Okay.
So we collect the dresses, and that was an initiative through our president Maria Carvalho, who initiated that this year, which is going very well, along with the partnership that we have with Ms. Tanika Bowles of the New York Jets. They have been working diligently with businesses and making sure that people who make outfits, who rent tuxedos, who sell dresses, can really provide some quality items for our students.
Do you know how many dresses were collected?
I don't know that number,
no.
but I know a good number.
It was a good number. And where were they all set up at?
They were set up at our main high school, the main complex, Dwyer Halsey Academy.
Okay. We're going to take a break, come back and talk more about the Elizabeth Board of Education.
Awesome.
Please stay with us, and we'll be back with Stan Neron after these messages.
We're an American original, dependable, historic, nuanced, with all the comforts of home, even when you're just visiting. So we're celebrating for all that we've left untouched and all that we've changed. A place where the past meets the future. So consider this your invitation.
We've been celebrating here in Elizabeth for 350 years, and we're just getting started. Welcome back to our city, where I'm joined by Stan Neron, a member of the Elizabeth Board of Education. Stan, we were talking during the break about the students. What do you think their feedback is? Hundreds participate.
Hundreds participate. They definitely appreciate the act of kindness and the gesture that's been done by members of our community and these partners that we've gotten with and partnered with to make this happen. And it's been well received. The students participate at a very high number. The number I don't have exact, but I know that most of the dresses are taken. All of the donations that Ms. Bowles has given, all of them go to students, and the students actually get a chance to utilize them. And it's also increased the participation of the prom as well.
And so, moving past the prom, which is this month, we have graduation. Is there a date set for graduation?
Well, we had a lot of snow days this year. So originally we had June 22nd. And we had to push it back all the way to June 27th. So, we're almost into July, but we will graduate in June.
Got to graduate in June. We can't have kids graduating in July.
We will graduate.
This is something un-American about keeping them till July, right?
Yeah, no, we will graduate in June. So it's a good thing.
There's a mandatory number of days kids have to be in school, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's, so June 27th is graduation?
Graduation day.
And how big is this year's class?
Last year we were at 1385, so
Wow.
we're looking for, we haven't gotten the final numbers as of yet, but we know it's going to be larger. So it was a very big class last year, and it's only.
Tell us about graduation. It's held in Williams Field?
Graduation will be held at Williams Field this year to be in the morning, and it will we'll have an option to be able to know what to do if it rains.
That happened last year, right?
Yeah, that happened last year where we brought it inside because of the rain. But this time we decided to do it early in the morning, give people an opportunity to plan ahead of time, for graduation and, do it outside because outside is more conducive. You have such a large class, you have a lot of families that want to participate and they want to be included in the process. They want to get inside the facility and, getting inside the Williams Field isn't a problem,
And Stan, tell us about project graduation. Is that going to be on again this
Project
year?
graduation happens the night of graduation. It's been a successful project. It's been taking place since 1992 through the county dollars that we get from Jakarta, the Elizabeth Municipal Alliance. We've been able to support project graduation through the Department of Health and Human Services, and we've been working very closely with Ms. Kelly McCracken of the Athletic Department and the School Board and the Student Activities Division, where we've been able to pull off a phenomenal project graduation that's always well attended. The majority of the high school students who do graduate attend project graduation. And the purpose of project graduation was really to eliminate the tragedies that take place on graduation night, with, car accidents. And
Yeah, but tell our viewers what project graduation is. They show up at the high school at a certain time, right?
Sure.
And they're locked in?
They show up after graduation, after they get a chance to, fellowship with their families. They come there about 10 p.m. And from 10 p.m. on, they get a chance to have a good time, party, get on the joust and get into all types of carnival activities and dunk tanks and take pictures and create videos and watch films.
And eat.
And it's all you can eat all night.
There's dancing in the courtyard, because I've been there a few years.
There's dancing in the courtyard, there's special guest DJs. There is all types of desserts, all types of fun activities and programs. They get a chance to play one-on-one basketball, team basketball, whatever the sport is, it's available. The pool is available. So, it's a good time, and it's a one special last good time to spend with your friends in high school, because as your daughter's moving on to...
My daughter's a senior, and she's graduating on May 24th this year.
May 24th, and
which is her birthday as well.
Well, that's big.
Yeah, it is.
You got a big Memorial Day weekend
high school, I know.
coming up for you. So,
that's the truth. Yeah.
And they get a chance to go away to college afterwards, or go into their professional life, or go into the services. So this will be one last time they get a chance to really fellowship with their friends and create some lasting memories.
So Stan, you're in your second term on the Board of Education. Besides project graduation and the prom, there's a lot of things that go on during the school year, plays and performances. Tell me about some of your favorites.
Wow, some of my favorites are definitely the plays that happen at the Jefferson Arts Academy. They put on some stellar Broadway plays that I've seen over the years. This is now my 5th year on the Board of Education. I think they do a wonderful program with Music Under the Stars. There is a awesome, during Black History Month, they do several types of programs. We have a lot of multicultural programs that take place throughout the year. We have a lot of art showcases, STEM showcases. There's always something happening in the Elizabeth Public Schools that, you can't never make enough time to go to all of them. But it's always wonderful programming. This year, we embarked on a great Elizabeth Parent Support Group, the CPAC program. CPAC program where they had programs for special needs parents to come out and see all the resources available throughout the county and throughout the state for parents with special needs. So our special needs program has been growing and becoming very vibrant with the leadership of our new director. And we also have our commissioner, Diane Barbosa, who's been working diligently with the CPAC program to make sure that grows. And we had a chance to participate in the Autism Walk together. And you saw the amount of the huge turnout that we had with our parents. So one of the things I've always said is, getting your parents involved in the education process is key, and that's what we're seeing happening right now. Parent involvement is increasing. More awareness, parents are becoming more aware of the educational process. As you know, the majority of our population that we service is a huge immigrant population. So coming in from foreign countries, sometimes the education process is a mystery. When you're in a foreign country, folks are usually intimidated by the education system or anything that seems to be an authority. So the message I've always shared with the principals and administrators is seek first to understand and be understood. Understand the population that you're serving so we can communicate with them and make sure that we get them more engaged and involved. So a lot happening, a lot of great things taking place. We've also been very fortunate to be able to create a balanced budget for our school board. We got an increase of $17 million for the school district. And it started increasing since last year. Last year we got about 6.7. This year was about 17 million. And we were able to balance our budget, create a budget for the upcoming school year, implement some brand new programming that will help to support the 28,000 school children that we have, pour a lot more money into special needs and address some of the much needed areas that need a lot of help. And we've been able to do all that and not raise taxes again. So that's been fortunate.
It's terrific.
We've been fortunate, and we hope it can stay that way. But it takes a lot of work, a lot of hours behind closed doors and late night meetings to make sure that all this irons itself out and we have a successful school system.
And in September, the last new school is going to be opening up in the city of Elizabeth. Tell us about that. Is that the one over near the Gothels Bridge? Is that open?
That's opened already.
That's open?
Yes.
I thought it was going to open in September.
You said a brand new one. I'm like, oh, we opened the last one.
I thought it was.
No, we opened it already. So we just opened that this past September.
Right. And
that was the William F. Halloran School 22. We were fortunate to be able to open up that school on time, for September. And that went very well. And it's one of the larger schools that's been able to increase our gifted and talented program as well as our special needs program. And the unique thing for the city of Elizabeth, when you come off the Gothels Bridge, the first thing you see is this beautiful structure of a school. And we were able to do that. And one of the other things we've done in our school district was we've added freshman academies for all the high schools, one of which was the Charlie Harris Academy, which is an annex to the Edison High School. All the freshman academies are now set up to prepare students for high school.
And the freshman academies don't have any upperclassmen in it.
They don't have any upperclassmen because it's very important that freshmen go into an environment where they can mature, get ready, and understand what high school has in store for them. Because once you get into the big high school, you get into a big complex, you have the upperclassmen and they're already set and got their goals all set up. And, we really prepare our freshmen now. And we understand that, the studies that we've done is we see that there is if we can nip the issues in the bud that are dealing with absenteeism, if the students are failing at freshman year, and we can turn that around, we can increase the graduation rate at the end of the day. And we can also address the achievement gap.
So Stan, in the future of the Board of Education, 28,000 students, we've grown tremendously in the number of students. And keeping the students educated, it can get really difficult, especially in the class size. How do we maintain a workable class size?
Well, that's why the budget's so important. Making sure that we hire enough teachers, making sure that we have the qualified individuals in the classroom, and making sure that they understand the challenges that they're faced with, and constantly making sure that we provide the necessary support. And that support comes in addition to your regular school day. It's after school programming. This year we've been able to implement our Officer Youth programs through the city in the schools, where we provide support to the schools and they're partner with the schools. So it's like a community in schools helping with additional support.
And speaking with additional support and helping kids, we also have a summer graduation for those who may not complete the credits on time and can finish in July and August, correct?
Sure. We have a few programs right now. So we have a credit recovery program that helps students on the weekends recover some of their credits if they're experiencing illness, excessive absenteeism, or having issues. They can come on the weekend and do credit recovery. We have the graduation that happens in June. Then we also have an August graduation where we celebrate them the same and make sure that they get a chance to walk down the aisle and receive a diploma. And these students end up, becoming very successful, and it increases the graduation rate and providing all those additional supports.
And one of the things that we always look forward to in the summer is also gearing up again for next year, hiring new teachers, getting the schools ready, and there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes.
A lot of work goes on behind the scenes. Actually, this year we're doing a job fair June 2nd to really recruit and fill in some of those necessary gaps of hiring new teachers and specialists that we need in our district, from psychologists to guidance counselors to special needs instructors, teachers, principals, so forth and so on. So, we're hoping to recruit some really good talent, and hopefully we can get some homegrown talent to really work in the community that they were raised in.
Stan, tell us what's your favorite part about being a commissioner on the Board of Education?
Making an impact on the lives of our children. It's always been my passion to be able to change lives. And what I really like is a student will come to me and say, hey, you know what? I want to be a Secret Service agent. And I'll say, well, how do we get there? And I have a testimony with Arnold Pierre, who came to me some years ago. Arnold was one of our students who came through one of our high school programs, and he said to me, I want to be a police officer. And I said, well, you sure you want to be a police officer in the same neighborhood you grew up in? And he said, yeah, I want to be a police officer. I said, well, think outside the box. What else could you do? And I thought it was a great idea, but I knew that the community that he came from, he would be in a community where he would be dealing with his peers, and that would be difficult. That'd be a lot of peer pressure, and that causes a lot of challenges. And we mentored him, and I was able to find another great mentor in Bridget Zellner. We worked with him day in and day out. He went to Union County College, graduated from Elizabeth High School. He was looked to be a special needs student in classified. And by the time he got to high school, he progressed. He graduated high school, went to Union County College, went to Rutgers University, graduated, and now is a Secret Service agent working in all over the
Capitol
country.
Police.
Capitol Police,
yeah.
and
he's a good guy, Arnold.
He's a good guy. He's doing great things. So.
Because of work from you. Good. Yeah. Stan, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show.
Thank you.
And talk to us about Board of Education issues, prom, and graduation. Appreciate your work on behalf of the children.
Thank you. Appreciate your partnership.
Thank you, Stan.
Thank you.
For Mr. Stan Neron, I'm Chris Bolwage. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.
We're creating tomorrow's jobs today. Kane University.